Hey y'all. Whew, what a day. Anyway, this is my review for The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 4. Y'all, look, I just had to get this review out to y'all. I had jury duty today, but not today, Satan. I still came through. I did my note. I took my notes for this long ass episode. This was a supersized episode. They gave us an extra 15 minutes. It was a good episode. But yes, I wanted to deliver this recap the day after. So yeah, I'm still on schedule. I'm still on time. Thank y'all for those of you. I know it's late. It's getting late, but y'all here with me, and I appreciate y'all so much. So before I get into this, please make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, and leave me some encouraging words in the comments, or leave what you thought about this recap in the comments. Now, if you're not familiar with me, this is my opinion. It's my opinion. It is. So don't get mad at me if, your fave isn't exactly my fave. Also, it is all jokes. All jokes. So please do not get, butt hurt, because I read. Like, look, if you are familiar with Pop Roast, you already know what to expect here. So yeah. Subscribers that have been with me for a while, you let them know. Let them know not to be shocked. Okay. Anyway, I think we could move forward with this review. We almost have 50 people in the room. I know it's early on the West Coast, and it's only 9:30 Central Time. So I don't feel like it's that late. But yeah, enjoy the view. Greetings from New York. All right, let's get into this episode. So this episode opens where we last left off. Ladies on the sprinter, and Kay is saying she is done with Stacy. Like, we cut to her confessional, and Stacy's confessional, and she, as well as us, the audience, is wondering, why does Kay hate her so much? Can someone answer that question for me in the comments? Like, I really don't understand. Like, Kay even tells Stacy, "Stop touching me, Stacy, with your hair." Girl, like, I hope you realize, Kay, that the audience is more favorable of Giselle at the moment than you. And that's saying a lot. Like, look, I don't know what to say. Anyway, moving on. So they arrive at Preakness. I know in the last episode I was saying Freakness. I don't know. Like, I thought there was a PH in there. I'm sorry. Preakness. Kay is giving each of the ladies $20 to gamble with on the horses. She throws more shade at Stacy. Like, they joke about, shaking ass for the 20. Stacy gets up and wiggles. And look, I did laugh at Kay when she said, "Somebody give me change for a 20 so I can give to Stacy." That was funny. That was funny. We do, however, we need to refer to Stacy as the Teflon Don, because these ladies simply cannot break her. Like, I just love it. Like, Stacy's just so unbothered. I think she was on Watch What Happens Live. Yeah, she was. She looked amazing, by the way. And look, y'all heard what Andy Cohen, what he said. Like, you are endlessly entertaining. Giselle, you on notice, girl. That is why Giselle is giving Stacy such a hard time. Stacy is the threat. That's what she is. And ain't no new girl came in, I want to say, since Candace and Monique, that's been like getting the fan favorite treatment like that. Anyway, moving on, we see Wendy and Giselle having a quick moment away from the other ladies. Wendy brings up Angel having a problem with her, and Giselle keep bringing up the fact that they went to college together. Can she stop, please? Like, look, they went to Temple, right? I went to LSU, and look, just because like I went to the same college with somebody does not mean I know them. Maybe because I went to a PWI that, I may know more Black people because ain't that much of us, especially in my year, but they aren't even in the same year. I think they're 3 years behind. So why would they be hanging out? That's what I want to know. So stop bringing that up. There are thousands of people on campus. Like, you act like it's like elementary school, grade school, or shit like that. So yeah, Wendy is being extra messy by saying she heard that Angel didn't graduate. And Wendy telling this to Giselle, she knows exactly what she's doing. Like, even saying, I believe something transpired. Now, see, I try to be nice to Wendy, but this is when she do stuff like this, and then you're doing it with Giselle of all people, and what you've been through with Giselle throughout your tenure on the show. But yeah, I'm sorry if I was Angel watching this, and you're trying to come from my academics and say I didn't graduate for whatever reason you're implying. Look, Wendy wouldn't get any grace from me present day. I'm sorry. Like, I would have been like, okay, you graduated and now look where you are. you about to be behind bars, sweetheart. Like, look, I'm sorry. Like, Angel, I can't wait to see what she says on Watch What Happens Live, because there's been a lot of smoke for her in the first 4 episodes, but maybe she's gonna go the Kiana route, keep it cute. It's funny that the Green-Eyed Bandits and Ashley, they are having a kiki over this. Also, y'all, this is going to be kind of a long review, so I won't be able to look at all the comments, but as before, you put a super chat up, I will definitely make sure I read that. But I will try to get to some of y'all's comments. I just, this was a long ass episode, and it's 10:30. I have not eaten yet. I'm about to make me some blackened catfish and mac and cheese, low key. Anyway, later on, the ladies are having lunch. Now, we see Trade approaching Ashley. I don't think he has a chance because Ashley don't like black men like that. The lowest of keys. Stacy notices later and is amazed that she has a date locked in already. She asks about Josh, aka Jack Harlow, and Ashley says they're figuring it out right now. Sure, Jan. Sure. She just stringing that little boy along. I don't know. Maybe he's a good lay. That's a good reason to keep people around. Stacy then asks Giselle, does she have a boyfriend? And Giselle says no. And Stacy says, oh, okay. And, she keeps the little nugget that she had, in the last episode that, that she has about Giselle. She keeps that in her back pocket and saves it for later. So we see Angel telling Giselle, she has a bald chocolate man for her. And, some of the ladies are tickled by that. And side note, do y'all notice at the table, Kate is just mean mugging? I'm like, girl, why are you angry? You were getting a check to be on TV to eat and drink and throw shade. Why are you like, I don't even have my sunglasses, but she just had like a mean trout mouth look on her face. Damn. So then afterwards, Ashley wants to call out Tia for calling her rude because she extended an invite over the phone to Giselle and Wendy and no one else. And I'm like, I wonder what messy green-eyed snake told Ashley that Tia thought that she was rude. But Tia doesn't question this because, look, no one's questioning Giselle for whatever reason. Oh, wow, we have over 100 people in the chat. Hit that like button. Thank you. Anywho, Tia says she has no issue with Ashley. Like, it was just tongue-in-cheek. And actually, it is rude if, like, say I'm in around a group of people and I'm having something, I invite only a select few and not everybody else. It's just kind of awkward as well as rude. So yeah, like, you don't really do something like that. So Tia says she was just being I'm being tongue-in-cheek, darling. So she basically says, I'm not sure why she had, well, first and foremost, I don't know why she had to break down what tongue-in-cheek is. Like, I think Kay asked her that, but Ashley calls shade, and then Tia fires right back at her and says, I just said it wasn't shade. K-pop. K-pop. The whole table goes, oh, oh. And I'm just like, okay, okay, look at Tia. Because I was really excited about this scene. They showed us this scene like after last week's episode as like a sneak peek. So then, Ashley, while mocking Tia's accent, says it was it was inadvertently shady. Tia tells Ashley if she thought it was rude, she would have just told her, and then throws in, I don't know what you're struggling with. What are you struggling with? I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry. But I enjoy that Tia just eloquently called Ashley a dumbass. I chuckled. And, Tia, she gets some points. She definitely gets some points for that. The way she just, squashed that little issue with Ashley without letting it become a thing, that is what gets you to another season. So I will give that to Tia. So she's doing right in that regard. I still have a few issues, but we'll talk about that later. She tells Ashley, she's actually upset at her because Giselle told her that, her and Ashley would vibe. I'm paraphrasing, but she got nothing from her. Ashley then retreats, in her own way, and they all kind of like move forward laughing. Side note, Angel, she definitely needed to take notes because that is how you do it. But Angel, she flailing, unfortunately. But yeah, meanwhile, Jassy arrives at the table like a breath of fresh air. No pun intended, Stacy, at all. I couldn't help myself. If y'all noticed, the camera caught Kay looking crunchy for a second when Jassy showed up. Now, Jassy is coming in as a friend to Stacy, which I am here for. They make space for her at the table, and she's catching them up on her wedding plans. So I thought Angel would have immediately bonded with Jassy since they're both wags. But it looks like she shaded her when they were talking about their men's positions. And side note, I'm tired of Wendy instigating from the sideline. Like, girl, shut up. We don't need that extra like, chill out. But Jassy, she is unfazed and she just keeps it cute. Afterwards, they all gather to watch the races. We see Ashley ask Kay, does she have a problem with Jassy? Because she noticed her body language change, which it did. But y'all notice that Ashley is setting a trap for Kay, and Kay immediately takes the bait. Like, she says, well, I thought we were cool, but I heard she had an issue with me. From who? I guess the streets? Let me see what y'all saying. Kay is trying to keep her spot on the show. Tia gave classic Housewives. In that moment, Tia gathered Ashley, then went after Giselle and made Ashley compliment her. Yes. Let's see. The K-pop took me out. Jassy needs to take Kiana's flute. Kay serves nothing. A lot of people had that sentiment on Sunday night. I think Jassy knew that too. She came on the scene with the bang, y'all. Your Wendy, spot on. Her expressions and side comments were a lot. Like, it's just giving too much, So they then call Jassy over, and Kay says, well, I heard you and Stacy has an issue with me. Kay then brings Wendy into it and says Wendy told her this. So I think Kay is just really doing this all wrong. Like, number one, the viewers really don't like this type of drama because it feels manufactured, because now you're talking about shit that didn't happen on camera, stuff that we didn't see. Now, for example, we see Wendy throwing shade at Angel for allegedly not graduating. We saw this happen on camera, so we can hold Wendy accountable when she says it. But when someone says, oh, well, you told me like about this, this NAACP event. Like when I told her, I asked about you, you gave her this whole yeah. Like we didn't see this, and like they could have just made that up, So they first pause for a second because the first lady, she comes over. I wanted to Google what the first lady looks like because, she didn't show herself on camera, but she came over for 2 seconds to say hi to the ladies. They blur her out because, apparently she didn't want to be seen on the show. And for Wendy to say that she was invited personally by the first lady, I don't know, like, to say that she just wanted to be blurred out and didn't want to be connected to the show, it said a lot to me. And I guess considering present day, the first lady was on to something. Afterwards, they continue the discussion about Kay hearing from Wendy. Jassy has a problem with her. Jassy is also taken aback by this. Wendy tells Jassy like a stupid instance where she asked her about Kay, where she's going to be at this event, and from the way she responded. Like, I guess Wendy got that they had an issue from that. I thought this was so elementary. Like, can we just have organic conversations instead of trying to get the new girls to go at it? We cut to Jassy saying Wendy was being messy, which she was. And again, we see Kay taking the bait. Girl, didn't you forget you ain't fucking with Wendy? Rookie mistake after rookie mistake. And this is your second season as a flute holder. Huh. Kay is being snarky and telling Jassy, I'm not a liar. And then Jassy tells Kay, well, Kay, I know you're going through a lot with Greg, but I don't want you to take it out on me. Kay immediately gets rattled and calls Jassy a liar and says her man had 2 kids on her. Like, it's getting low, and they decide to just separate the ladies. Then we can hear Jassy in the background say, well, I'll be upset too if I had to move in a little condo that he didn't even pay for. Whew. Well, so Giselle says she was actually thinking about inviting Jassy on the upcoming trip. And of course, Kay is opposed to it. So then that's the end of Preakness. And then next scene, we get a montage of all the ladies packing. Fast forward, we're at the airport now, and it seems Jassy was invited after all. Thank God. We now, let me see. Sorry, y'all. Even though they invited her, they put her in economy. Now, she went into detail because I follow Jassy on Instagram, and she said that they actually bought out all the business class seats. So she had to sit on, back in the back of the plane, which, look, she was in the back of the plane. And well, before we get to that, when they land, the ladies head into the van directly from the plane. They get there like this because, they're in business class, like first on, first off. Unfortunately for Jassy, who was back in economy, it looked like she was in the back, like of the plane. And look, I've been in 37F, 43A, so I get it. Like, it's going to be a minute before we get off the plane. And then you got all these idiots get up in front of you. As soon as the plane lands, I'm just like, where are y'all going? Where are y'all going? We ain't going nowhere anytime soon. When the plane lands and you're in the back of the plane like that, you probably going to be there for at least another 20 minutes waiting for these stupid ass people to get their bags, because then it feels like everyone's moving in slow motion too. Like no one has a sense of urgency. So yeah, like, oh God, I love traveling, but I hate flying. And then look, my YouTube, I'm not at the 100K mark yet, y'all. I promise you, when I get to that level, my tall ass 6'7" is gonna stretch my legs out in business class, and I'm gonna let y'all know. Until then, I'm in the back of economy, in the back, 42A, right by the bathroom, right in front of the bathroom. I can't even recline my seat. I'm so far back. Anyway, so at least for this trip, y'all, I'm glad we are getting luxury so far. First class service, yacht to the island, to a 5-star hotel. They doing it right. Because when Mia was there, look, I don't even want to talk about that. So while they're waiting to get approved from customs, they're discussing goals on the trip. Angel says she wants the ladies to really get to know her. Well, it's not going to happen until you detach yourself from Kay, Angel. Like, I'm sorry to say, but I feel like Angel is being anchored right now by Kay. It really sucks. But I think when you like bring your best friend, like your real best friend on the show, like 20 years plus, you really gotta like have a game plan because we saw Atlanta with Shamia and Portia and how that ended. Like I would hate to see Angel and Kay at odds with each other over what? Giselle? So yeah, we'll see. I mean, we got fucking maybe 11 weeks left, plus an additional 3 with all this shit going on present day. So the group is interrupted by the hostess saying that there's a small problem with customs concerning Angel because she brought a camouflage bag and camouflage is illegal in Nevis. Now, I looked that up immediately because I was today years old when I found out that camouflage is illegal. Like, the more you know. Because I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Barbados. It didn't even cross my mind. I mean, I don't really have camouflage in my wardrobe, but I never knew. Did any of y'all know that? Please let me know in the comments. I was so confused. I looked it up. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I looked at the history of it. It made sense, but, to me, it looks a little silly, but I get it. I get it. But yeah, I didn't know that at all. Did y'all? Anywho, the ladies help her out with hiding, her camouflage in Tia's luggage. We then move on to Wendy being annoying, asking Stacy, does she suck balls? Moving on. However, I did chuckle because Stacy's confessionals, chef's kiss. How dare you ask me about balls? You're an academic. Oh, Stacy, never change. So the ladies arrive at the yacht to the Four Seasons. They're all sitting together, and the discussion goes left when Giselle informs Jassy that Angel and Kay didn't want her to come on the trip. And by the way, look, the way Jassy is outshining the both of them, I can see why they didn't want her on the vacation. Look, Jassy came in swinging. This is when you like, it's crazy when a friend of is like doing more work than Tia, Angel, and Kay combined. So then Angel is like, well, before I get to that, once again, Kay and Angel are being put on blast and thrown under the bus by Giselle. And there's no repercussions from Giselle at all. At all. Like, why aren't they getting on Giselle's neck? Pun intended. Jeez. Angel is like, who, me? What did I say? I don't remember that. Girl, again, you got to remember every single thing you say to Giselle because it will be used against you. Rookie mistake after rookie mistake. So yeah, we flash back to her saying, bring Charisse instead. Jassy is like, do you even know Charisse that well? And then production catches Angel in a little white lie because in her flashback, all Charisse said was they have a mutual friend. She don't know Charisse like that. It's just like, Angel, come on now. So then Angel again, she can't navigate her way out of this. And it just looks like she not feeling Jassy only because of Kay. And that's not a good look. Kay then chimes in and says, well, I'm not phony or fake. And then Jassy says, well, if you ain't, then say what you said about Wendy. Jassy was ready, just ready. I mean, I love when people are ready. Thank you, Jassy. Someone did their homework when they came on this show. So yeah, Kay, of course, doesn't know what she's talking about. And Jassy says, well, it was 6 months ago. Again, I don't care what it was, but Kay having issues with Stacy and now Jassy for no reason, in addition to her feud with Wendy, like, it's just like, girl, enough. Wendy's in the middle of telling Kay how she feels, and Kay is still on Jassy, saying she's full of shit. Jassy is cool as a cucumber with a smile on her face, and Kay again is just bothered. And that is what makes you look pressed. And I think that's what Kay's weakness is. Like, Kay gets rattled too easily, and then she tries to go there instead of just having fun shade. Like, just going there and saying like, oh, well, that's why your man had 2 kids on you. Like, it's low-hanging fruit. Like, pay attention to what Stacy does, like, she don't have to say, well, girl, that's why you like got knocked in the forehead with the glass. Like, it's crude, crass, and low-hanging fruit. But her saying, oh, well, I know you know how to chin check me, like, give us some, like, just give us something to work with, Kay. Yeah, I feel bad for Kay too a little bit because we were all rooting for you, Kay. I specifically remember, like, I'm not sure if I said I wanted her to have a flute or not, but I remember she did well at the reunion and she did well checking Ashley. Yes, give us some intellect, please. Thank you. Camouflage clothing can be perceived as military or police uniform, so non-residents and foreign visitors are prohibited from wearing it. Yeah, that's what I read. Angel is sinking on Kay's ship. I totally agree. Totally agree. So then, let's see. Wendy again, she tries to address Kay, but Kay is just she's too focused on trying to clock Jassy because I think in this moment, she knows that Jassy is coming for her spot. So, like, Jassy, well, what is it? Oh, Jassy says like she is like oh my gosh, I got a little brain fart just now. Jassy is like real cool. She's just like, hoes is mad. And then Kay's like, who are you calling a hoe? You was the side chick. Jassy comes right back and says, never that. I'm the fiance, something that you will never be. Whew. Ooh. Ooh. At that point, I was like, Jassy, come on down and get your baddie chain, girl. Come on and get it. Come on and get it. Along with your champagne flute. Here you go. Like, that was it. Like, she just kept getting Kay. Something like, look, fiance, something you will never be. And like, her whole plot line last season was she thought that Greg was gonna pop the question to her. So yeah, like, again, like, look. Look, I'm just saying, when a housewife does what needs to be done, that is the equivalent of getting and receiving your baddie chain. You've earned your spot. That's what I'm saying. And also, it's just a really funny phrase. Come and get your baddie chain. It's funny. Anyway, I just love when people come prepared. And you can tell who didn't come on this show prepared. Just all I'm saying. So now Angel, she finds herself again in the hot seat when Wendy now calls her out for being shady towards Jossie's fiance's position on his team. Now, I was told that Jossie, you can correct me if I'm wrong because I think she watches my shows. I think he already has 3 rings. How many rings does Angel's man have? Let's Google it. Let's Google it in the chat. But yeah, does Kay and Angel, do they not notice how Giselle and Wendy are just lighting their asses up simultaneously? Like they're really just like dance puppets dance. Like they don't even realize they're being like produced. Like it's really making me mad. So Angel's trying to explain herself, and I'm just like, girl, stand up. Stand up. Please. Like they ask her, are you willing to get to know someone that might not be fond of your friend? And, you know, vice versa. Jassy even says, well, I like Kay. I don't know what Kay on. And everyone laughs. So Angel says yes. And she tells the group, y'all will get to know me outside of Kay. And a few of them say, well, we're waiting. We're waiting. Angel, she just having it hard, y'all. Like, and it don't stop there. It don't stop there. Just wait till later in the episode. Angel's man had a $2.5 million contract versus Jassie's man having $900K. Look, that's more money than I got. That's more money than I got. And look, who's doing better on the show? But yeah, like if Angel gonna throw shade, you gotta stand in your shade. Don't try to explain it. Don't try to explain it away then. Like if you know you in the higher position, then yeah, like own it. Own it. So let's see. So then some of the ladies, they leave the table to go upstairs. Kay is hot and even says she needs to cool off. It's just painful how bad Kay is doing 4 episodes in because look, I wanted her to have a good season, but it's not going over so well. Ooh, y'all. Let me check right quick. My battery dying. Where my little live show, y'all? Live show. I'm on 10%, but when I get to 5%, I'm gonna get my charger. Anyway. Like that would be something this shit cuts off. I'll be so mad. Anyway, so we then see the rest of the ladies with Jassy partying, twerking, having a good time. Angel and Kay are downstairs mean mugging together. I'm just, look, it's 4 episodes in. We got a few to go. Hopefully they redeem themselves because right now, like they are disappointing me. Thank you, Rich the Fish, for the super chat. Big Back was so gleeful laughing at Stacy, but when the heat is on you, you're trying to act like you're so above it and you're an introvert. Kay and Big Back, who are you calling Big Back? I'm not going there. I like Angel, by the way. I'm mad because she's disappointing me. So yeah, like Rich the Fish, you going in a little bit too hard. And also, we got to remember, like, Angel, y'all, just had a baby. So I'm not about to get on her about that. Like, she's not a mean girl, Angel. Angel's just trying to find her way. She's just trying to find her way. I'm not about to go there. Right. Thank you. Like, thank you for the super chat. I love you, Rich the Fish, but still, we going to keep it respectful. Like, I read people who deserve it on this channel. Anyway. So fast forward, they arrive at the resort. It's nice. As they head to their villas, we see Giselle, you know, she say to Tia, she wants to discuss Angel's social media and, you know, her photos because, you know, we can all see that it is heavily photoshopped, yesified, if you will. Now, Giselle says she'll wait till later on for dinner, you know, to discuss this. I just hate that Giselle even like has this already like, you know, ready to go. Like she's ready to go at Angel again. And I'm just like, damn. Like it's becoming too much for me, you know? Let me see. Okay, I'm just making sure my battery don't die because I will flip the fuck out if it do. So they all disperse to their villas. Not surprising who's all paired up together. So we all, see the ladies are greeted with personalized cards, monogram bag, and a monogram robe. We get to Stacy's, room, and Giselle purposely got her a blank card, blank bag, blank robe. Like, Giselle, she is just such a hater. Like Stacy is clearly the threat. And Giselle, she doesn't know who this hoe Stacy is, but look, we know the audience who Stacy isn't. A hating ass heifer who can't dress with stovepipe legs. Anyway, cut to Stacy confession, and she says she knew it took effort for Giselle to forget her. And I agree. I totally agree. We going back to Wendy. I didn't like what Wendy had to say in her confessional. Like she said, I've been on the other side of Giselle's darkness before, and I feel for Stacy, but I'm just glad it's not me. I'm glad it's not me. Like, that annoyed me because, you're supposed to stick up for your homegirl, Stacy. You love an alliance, Wendy, and this is why girls be calling you fake because you want somebody in your corner, but it's not received on your end. It's only received on your end, like, when it benefits you. So I didn't really like that. Because it's like, you're playing into the mean girl and you're glad that the girl that you was beefing with is now on your side and you're playing ball with her now. So I didn't really like that. So we fast forward to later in the evening as the ladies are about to go to dinner. Before, we see that, we get a short scene of Tia talking to her son, like, she's talking him off a ledge because she heard that he said that he wants to be adopted because he is tired of his sisters, I think, or his family in general. I had a good laugh as she was calmly handling the situation with her son. I thought it was really cute. So then, anywho, the ladies they're all at dinner. First topic of conversation, Stacy, she engages with Kay, which I love. So this is what makes Stacy a great housewife. Even though her and Kay are beefing, she can still move forward and just like, okay, are you still with Greg? I know we don't talk, so that's why I want to know. And I'm glad Kay was just like, yeah, I'm back with Greg. And it goes into them being cordial with each other. And Angel is roped in the conversation because Stacy then asks her, how is she getting acclimated into the group? Angel then admits that, she's not the most talkative person. I put my head down when she said that because, again, that is a rookie move. Do not admit that on camera. Oh, I'm not really a talkative person. You can't do that on reality TV. Like, I'm not the most talkative person in a big group of people, but I'm not going to admit that. Maybe in the confessional. Oof. Y'all, I'm on 5%. Give me just 1 second to hook my battery up. I'm sorry. Live show. I thought I was going to be able to make it. Do, 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 do. It's getting late. Oh no, I don't hear the beat. No? Live show and this is happening. I swear. Why is it not connecting? There it is. Oh my gosh, I was getting nervous. Thank y'all for dealing with my this little issue. Anyway, oh, where was I? Where was I? Where was I? Okay, so Tia then jumps in because she's kind of like Wendy too. She wants to instigate from the side just as long as she's not in the hot seat. And I think that's what she's been doing. Like, Tia, I see you. I see you. You know that Angel is having a hard time navigating herself. So you're kind of like scooting her into the hot seat so you don't have to, or so the OGs don't come after you. And you definitely watching what you're saying. But y'all notice how she kind of tee-hee-heeing in the background? I see you, Tia. So yeah, she says she points out that, well, I rarely see you and Wendy interact. Now, look, I want to say, Tia, what about you? Because outside of Ashley, getting Ashley together, all you've been doing is just ha ha and he here from the sidelines. I'm gonna need you to do some more group interactions. I mean, I see you in your solo scenes, and I need you to come harder. Like Dassy is like a breath of fresh air in the group. Like she's like laughing. She's like being forthright about her life too and having fun. She's able to throw shade. She's navigating. Like, I need to see some more out of Tia too. Let's see. I think Jassy let Jizzy know when they went to lunch after the Preakness that Stacy had pics of her on a date, which is why Stacy had no special note. I don't know. That's an interesting point. You think she told Giselle? I'm not sure. It feels like she has some loyalty to Stacy. We'll see. We'll see. Tia is safe for now because of Giselle. That group is follow the leader, definitely. Let's see, where was I? But yeah, anyway, I swear, if Giselle mentions one more time that Angel and Wendy went to college together, I'm going to scream. We're then going back to Wendy and Angel getting into it at Kay's event in the other episode. Wendy then delivers her professor word salad to turn the tables on Angel and asks her, is she excited to be around the group? Well, are you excited to be around us, Angel? And Angel says, well, I am. Like, I'm just, I'm just really even keeled. She's trying to explain herself. Giselle then changes the topic to her confusion over Angel's social media photos. And here we go, y'all. Giselle basically calls her a catfish, and Wendy again with her loud reactions, just laughing in the background immaturely. And I'm just like, well, Wendy, weren't you on the other end of this when the Green Eyed Bandits called you out for being different all of a sudden on your second season? Do you not remember that? So Angel, she makes it even more awkward saying the pictures weren't filtered. And I'm like, girl, you gonna sit here and say that photo ain't you? Is you? I'm sorry. I was just like, she just keeps sinking. She keeps sinking. And I want her to do better. Like Angel, like she has all the like she checks the list of housewives. Got money, like a family. She's actually a wife. Her husband fine as shit. Like, come on. Give us something, girl. I want to root for you, but you're not navigating this well at all. Thank you for pointing that out, Lexi. Wendy is just as mean as the rest, long as she not in the hot seat. But yeah, like at this point, I'm starting to feel sorry for Angel. Like Giselle is really hazing her, like at this point. And I'm just like, stand up, Angel. Like she says again, that's her in the photo. Then production does a side by side, y'all. I couldn't help but laugh because production, they just getting in on it too. Giselle says, I'm all for filters. Wendy gets a straight from Giselle sitting right next to her, making Wendy look stupid. Yeah, Wendy, that's your new bestie calling you the queen of filters. And Wendy ain't got nothing to say. I'm not surprised. She says again, that's not you, Angel. Followed by production posting more heavily altered photos of Angel. Zooming in. Now, Angel, I needed this read from you, that you said in your confessional to be said at the table. Like, call out Giselle, call her out. Like, tell her, Giselle, you might want to put some like multiple filters on them rings around your neck. That's what you need to do. And Wendy, girl, I know you ain't laughing how quickly you hopped on the table to look yesified. I know you ain't laughing. Like, wake up, Angel. Wake up. Wake up. Like, come on. Oh, Angel, look, I'm going to run up to that podium at BravoCon because I got questions. I have a lot of questions. Anyway, Lord have mercy. And Stacey's confessional, I forgot about that. That had me hollering. Not only the way Stacey just talks, but she was like, a little tweak here, a little tweak there. Next thing you know, you're tweaked out. But she looked amazing. Oh my God. Like Stacey, like she has the best confessionals. Like I want Stacey to just narrate the entire season. A little tweak there, a little tweak here. Next thing you know, you tweaked out. Anyway, Angel's back is against the wall right now. And I'm glad Kay at least jumped in to help her girl out a little bit, just a little bit. But again, why isn't Giselle getting whacked? Like it's upsetting me and my homegirls right now. So then later on, Wendy tells Stacey the different energy she's getting from Angel because of what she's seeing right now. Like Angel isn't going at Giselle right now, but she sure ain't got no problem coming at me. Kate, she hears her mumbling. Well, not mumbling, but she said it quiet for the table not to hear. Kay tells Wendy to say it, Wendy. Again, Kay. You didn't have to say it like that. Like, it's just, I don't know. Kay is a lost cause for me right now in this episode because she's doing too many mistakes. But she wants, her to, she wants Wendy to like have them all hear what she's saying. And Wendy then proceeds to get Kay and Angel together in that moment. They just ain't ready for her. Like, you got to be ready for Wendy's reads because she tries to act all sophisticated or whatever and tries to give you like an eloquent read, but you just got to go right back and forth with her. But yeah, on the bright side for Angel, at least she got the last tee-hee-hee present day. Because karma, soap, don't drop the soap. Look, again, I would be petty if I was Angel. If I was watching this, ain't like the way Wendy was whacking her in this episode and getting her together, I would be petty. I'm sorry. I'm going to get a laugh at your expense. Especially that lace front and that mugshot. You better believe it. You better believe it. I'm sorry. All is fair when you coming at me like this on national television. I'm sorry. I'm going to get my lick back. I'm petty. So the topic changes, thank God. And producer Wendy now points out to, Giselle how she completely disregarded Stacey. Giselle stands 10 toes down on it, saying, well, I'm just confused as to who you are. She tells this to Stacey. And I think the more Giselle was trying to explain why, she didn't accommodate personalized things for Stacey, I just thought it was just whack in general, the more she was trying to explain it. Stacy then says it's funny how Giselle holds this standard for her and how she has to show her who she is when Giselle can't do the same. And then she asks Giselle, well, why don't we talk about your relationship? Since you have a whole man. Now, girls at the table, new girls, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. The look on Giselle's face, I don't think she expected that. Cause like, look at it, pause it, y'all. The way Stacy brought up the video. Cause look, like if Stacy wouldn't have brought it up, nobody else would have talked about it. Nobody at the table. Giselle says that's not her boyfriend, it's just a date. And Stacy says, well, that's not what the streets are saying. And you know about the streets. Again. Now, Giselle in that moment was in the hot seat. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you. Again, somebody coming to work prepared. The ladies are now asking Giselle questions because she is now in the hot seat. You see how that works? Like, I was laughing at Jassy. Come on, Wag. Like, they all laughing. Like, Jassy then asked Ashley, well, have you met him? And Ashley is trying to change the subject. And notice the alliance that forehead and neck have. Like, they're protecting each other clearly. Because I don't think they were going to even say anything unless Stacy brought that shit up. So then Ashley then finally spills the tea on how Giselle met the football player. And it turns out she's still dating the guy. We would have never found that out. Never. And that is why Stacy was the rookie of the year her season and a fan favorite. Just saying. So then, Lord, here we go. Ashley confessional. She was just like, oh, well, before Stacy prods into Giselle's business, I can't even let her finish. Time out. Time the fuck out. Flag on the motherfucking play. Giselle being everybody business. We've seen her for seasons trying to talk about everybody business, bring up shit, dirty laundry at the table, and don't want to bring up her shit at all. Don't want to talk about her relationships, what man is talking to, like she's talking to, nothing. Seriously, Ashley? Before Stacy's worried about Giselle's business, Giselle's neck being everybody business. Neck stretched out like Mr. Fantastic. Is she for real? And yes, thank you, Mo Walker. Stacy had no backup at the table. I was so mad. And then, look, she then says Stacy needs to come clean what she's been doing. And then this is what I didn't like. And look, I didn't like this. She said this in her confession. Y'all can rewind it. She said, like, she had the nerve to like jokingly call Stacy a hoe. I didn't like that. It was a little crude and crass for me. So then I'm gonna have to say, Stacy, get behind me. Like, Ashley just keeps trying to make me read her every episode, but you want to call Stacy a hoe. You want to call Stacy a hoe? When Ashley had to fuck a bisexual golem and produce 2 kids by him so she can maintain a lifestyle. Who's the hoe exactly? The nerve. The nerve. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just had to bring it out. Oh, use a hoe. I said that you. I'm kidding. Anyway, so Ashley then tries to guide the conversation to drop this bomb that Stacy tried to get with Chris Samuels. Like, the way that this was over dramatized by production, followed by Wendy literally screaming. Again, y'all, that's that shit I don't like with Wendy. Like, why are you screaming right now? Ah, Stacy! You were with Chris Samuels? So what? Is she friends with Monique? Has she met Monique? Was Chris Samuels married? Was Stacy married at the time? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's not the tea that Ashley thinks it is. It's not the bomb drop. Wait, how am I in timeout? I'm in timeout? For what? I didn't do nothing. I'm just telling the truth. So yeah, like before Stacy can respond, they leave it as a cliffhanger, and that is where the episode ends. But yeah, the tea just wasn't hot to me. I don't think it landed. I actually saw the next 2 minutes of the first episode, of the next episode for next week, but I'm not going to talk about it. But y'all look it up, and I was very proud of Stacy. Let's just say that. Does anybody care though? Does anybody care that she tried to date Chris Samuels? Child, like Ashley, give it up. She ain't got nothing going on, and this should be her final season. Hell, last season should have been her final season. Like, I would like to have Robin back more than Ashley. But I do like to see Giselle on her own. I do. But yeah, so yeah, I actually didn't mind this episode, y'all. A solid 8, but I'm just getting a little weary of the manufactured arguments and the mean girl hazing. That's the only thing. Like, I thought it was a good episode. I was engaged the entire episode. I wasn't bored. I laughed. I was entertained. But it was just some points that I was taking off for just not enjoying how they were hazing Angel. And just these arguments where it's just like, oh, well, I heard you didn't like me. I heard from so-and-so. Oh, well, you told me on the phone, like from the tempo in your voice, it seemed like you didn't like Jessie. So I assume you had a problem with her. So I just thought that was weak, So yeah, and speaking of Angel, like I hope that she gets it together because her being bullied and hazed is just getting tough to watch. Now, Jassy tens across the board. Like that is how you, make your splash on the show. Like I didn't think she was being thirsty, y'all. Like I think she was having fun. Even the way she was like partying on the yacht, she didn't feel like, she was just unbothered with Kay coming at her. Like she did better than all 3 new girls combined. And speaking of the new girls, Tia, I'm gonna need more, babe. I'm gonna need more. Like, yeah, I like how you got Ashley together, but I just need you to engage more than you trying to get the smoke off for you. Like it seemed like she only engages when she doesn't want the attention on her. She wants to make sure it's on somebody else to be in the hot seat. But yeah, I think that's it about the episode, y'all. Am I missing anything? I feel like at least some of the ladies are showing up to work. Giselle, as much as I can't stand her, she is doing the work. She is doing the work, and she is the face of the franchise. I will give her that. I'm not a complete hater. But yeah, it's 11:30. Ooh, this was a cute hour. I like an hour even. Look at me. Whew. And yeah, y'all, I'm hungry too. So next up is Salt Lake City. Can't wait for that. And for the Patreon, I have Pop Rose Extra coming up. I am filming with Alex tomorrow morning. We are doing your questions, and it should be up either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. So if you are not a subscriber of my Patreon, make sure you are. It is patreon.com/cdiggy1. I'm about to log off, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me this late at night. Make sure you hype the video. Hype me up. Hype me up. With that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode.